it's interesting because when you look at how we're conditioned in life, from education to society, there is a imposing of another's will on us, on each person, from the day we're born, to have really good caring parents. I am truly lucky, I guess you'd say, um, because it is luck in a sense. You know, you are similar to your parents in some ways, but in a lot of ways you're not. But I have a big issue with the imposing of one's will on the human spirit, human being. I'm not speaking religious when I say spirit. I'm using that as you have to take a point when what do I call that place inside me that experiences joy and experiences extreme sorrow and experiences something that is similar to what you experience, but it's going to be completely different. So I'm going to call it spirit, okay? So human spirit. So we're being imposed on by so many different factors, thousands, millions of factors, right? But really crucially, it would be very specifically to where you're living, whether it's your government or whether it's, and I'm not putting a blame, but I'm saying to gather understanding, okay? So something like this is really brought to my attention again. I mean, because of social media, I can see so many people that I know in digital form that are reacting or whatever because of something that could be going on in society. This is obviously the overturning of Roe versus Wade is a obvious it's an obvious huge step back, and it seems to be very clear to me that first of all, it's not whether you think it's okay or you think it's not okay. You have to look at that in the state of society, there's some kind of progress when it comes to being able to live together in a society that's constantly growing. Everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs to survive, right? I mean, that's it. You have to find food. I mean, it's the basics, right? Food, survival, temperature regulation. But most of our families wouldn't even exist without preserved foods. And then on top of that, fossil fuels. You know, you go back 120 years, and what was the reliance on fossil fuels? You know, I mean, it's it's partly the war machine, you know, it really is partly the war, if not totally the war machine. The military industrial complex, the growth of it, the power structure behind the whole revolution, which could mean all forms of transportation, growth, and within that there's the growths of the families that support, should you say, support the progress of, it's almost like a progress of destruction, you know, because what does the military do? I mean, if it was just a big Coast Guard, then you could just help people, right? But the military-industrial complex is murderous and violent and pure corruption, really. And I'm not denying that there isn't an aspect of the military that is for helping humanity, okay? But that's not the goal. You don't build so many destructive weapons at an unbelievable amount and then distribute them if there isn't some type of a motive for destruction and killing in the name of, you know. And then we can get to the imposing of one's will in the name of a god, right? You know, and again, this goes back to freaking Roman domination. That's what the United States is built on. Look at the Supreme Court. Look at the democracy. What is this really? Looks like a lot of lies to me, you know. Others' wills are imposed on us from when we're very young. And the understanding of that helps you to be able to make your own really wise choices. Who suffers in this, really suffers, is the disabled folks, you know, people that can't really take care of themselves very well, you know. It's just like it is there's a lot you know. I think that unfortunately bad decisions that impose violence through force is really dangerous and really, really harmful. And that's what the government does. That's what the Supreme Court can do. I mean, you have to look at the history of the Supreme Court. And it's violent. Do you think it's going to change? The system is corrupt. It's absolutely not for the best interests of most of the people, even really conservative people, or whatever you want to say. If you want to say they're that way and they're that way, well, it's still going to affect everybody. What the hell is that? Is that a crack? Anyway. So I don't roll with belief, I may be speaking in a point that sounds like I'm speaking from belief. But I guess like there is a objective and a subjective reality, right? And belief is something that is difficult to explain, but there's very dangerous beliefs, and when those beliefs affect when those beliefs can really hurt, really, really hurt others, then there's something really wrong. Anyway, that's my 13-minute rant for this morning. I told myself I would talk, I could explain myself better. If I tried to write this all out, I mean, it might not come across right. So, hope you guys are all doing good, and I hope some of that's clear. I know I probably rambled. I wrote down a little bit, and that's it. Some things, and I'm like, well, it's easier just to talk about it. So, all right, take care. Bye.